I'm going to my nephew's first birthday party, and I'm all falled out. I got my little dress on. It has like feathers and leaves. I got this at Walmart last year, or last Christmas, for like $6 or $7. It was really, really cheap. And my hair is messy right now because I didn't style it yet. I just put dry shampoo in and kind of whipped it back in like a little Dollar Tree clip and headband so that I can get my makeup on. And then I'll do my hair later and stuff. Oh, and do you guys like my nail? I'm in love with this color. This is the LA Color Craze nail polish in the shade Reckless. But it's this really pretty blue color. I'm in love with this. I had never tried the LA Color Craze nail polishes before. They're awesome. Like, they go on so super opaque, and I've had this on, like, it's just now tripping. I think this is like day 4 or 5, which for me is amazing because usually my nail polish is like off the next day. So yeah, I'm really impressed with that. And I used the new e.l.f. top coat, which actually did a pretty good job. It's not as shiny as I would like, but it's what I have right now and it worked pretty well. Okay, so getting to the face, what I thought we would do, I kind of have it sort of planned out, sort of not, but I have a new e.l.f. eye kit that I had hauled a while ago that I want to use to do the eyes. And then I got a couple new products for the lips. I want to do like a wearable berry lip because I know some people, berry can be kind of intimidating, but it's such a beautiful color for fall. But to save time, I already did my foundation and I used the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous foundation, and my shade is 110. And then I also used the concealer, and my shade is Light Pale. These are awesome. I've really been liking them. I recommend them if you see them in the drugstore. They're pretty affordable too. I think the foundation was only, I want to say like, it was $6 maybe? $5 or $6 for the foundation. And then the little concealer was like $5. So really affordable in my opinion, if you're looking for a good foundation. And if you have oily skin, I tend to have like drier skin, but I have really oily T-zone. So I guess you call it combination. This dries to almost like a powder finish. I did still set it with a powder just because my T-zone gets really oily. But I think it's good because it almost minimizes your need for powder because of the way it dries. It's really cool. You should try it. But I set it with my Physicians Formula Organic Wear or Healthy Wear powder. I got this at the Dollar Tree. Isn't this cute? You guys, I'm like in love with this. It reminds me of Bollywood. I don't know why. I think the colors, like, it makes me think of Bollywood. But when you open it up, there's like the little powder on the inside, and then there's like a secret compartment, which I love. And then it comes with like a little pink sponge. So really cute. Planning on keeping that in my purse. The powder is wonderful. It's not cakey at all. It goes on really smooth, and I got it for $1, so I was pretty excited about that. Oh, and I wanted to tell you also, I'm trying out some products from the Dollar Tree. I put these on before I put my foundation on, obviously. I started out with this Dermasil Labs Oil-Free Daily Retinol Facial Cream. They had this at my Dollar Tree. This is the day cream, and then they also had a night cream. And this is not a Dollar Tree brand, so I was like, okay, I'm going to try it out. Not that I have anything against Dollar Tree brands, but it just looked, and the texture of it and everything seemed a little nicer than some of the creams you can get at Dollar Tree. And so far I'm really liking it. My husband and I have both been using it, and heck, if I can find a face regime from the Dollar Tree, you bet your buttons that I'm going to be using it because I don't want to spend that much money on face cream. It's just silly to me. So yeah, it's hypoallergenic. It says that it enriches skin with intense moisture to leave it softer and smoother while relieving skin's dryness. And it smells like baby powder. So if you don't like baby powder, you might not like this, but the texture of it's nice. I only tried it. I used the night cream last night, and I used this morning after washing my face. And then I also used another product I'm trying out. It's the eye cream, and this is a Dollar Tree brand. This you probably could skip, honestly. I'm still giving it a go because I like to give everything a fair shot, but it feels like water. So I don't know. I'm not sure if this is going to do anything. I don't have particularly bad under eyes, but they do get a little crepey throughout the day just from dryness. So we'll see if this does anything. But again, like I said, if I can find something for $1 that works, I'm going to use it. Okay, so I also did my eyebrows, and I just used my little e.l.f. eyebrow kit in medium and set it with the e.l.f. $1 clear mascara and brow gel. So that is what I did so far on my face. And if you guys want to see like an eyebrow routine or a foundation routine, let me know. I'd be happy to do that. I'm going to start off with my e.l.f. eyelid primer. This is the one that came in the kit that I'm going to be using. I'll just show you what it came with. It came with this little eyeshadow palette, the eye primer. It came with a e.l.f. lengthening and defining mascara. You're probably not going to be able to see that because it's really shiny. And then it also came with their typical eyeliner pen. It's just it usually comes in white packaging, but they put it in the black packaging for the kit. And I believe that this kit was $8. If I find out that it was a different price than that, I'll put everything down below if something changed, or put it somewhere here on the screen. But that's what we're going to be using on the eyes. So I'm going to start off with this eye primer, and I have this eye primer already, and I like it. It's not as good as, say, the like Urban Decay one or some other primers that I like, but it works. It's definitely a cheaper alternative and does a decent job. I actually prefer, I know some people prefer the mineral primer from e.l.f. I actually prefer the $1 liner because I think that it's a little stickier and grabs the shadows better. The mineral primer is nice, but it's $3, and I feel like it's more of a, dries to like a powdery finish, and I don't know that I like that as much for putting shadows on. I don't think it brings out the colors as much. So I don't know. I don't necessarily recommend that over, I mean, what I'm saying is I would spend the $1 rather than spend $3 on the mineral one. I think I'm going to use this like champagne-y color right here. And I'm just going to use that on a flat shader brush and put that all over the lid. I kind of want to keep the eyes fairly neutral because we're going to be doing a decently bold lip. It's going to be a wearable berry lip, so don't be scared. But it's definitely going to be bolder than our eyeshadow. So I'm going to keep the eyeshadow pretty simple. And I'm just using the e.l.f. Studio shader brush, which I love. This is really nice for packing shadow on. I feel like it picks the shadow up nice, but you can also blend with this brush. I picked up a bunch of candles from the Dollar Tree. They have their pumpkin pie candle out, and the sugar cookie one, and also the harvest spice one. And I am in love with those candles. I'm actually burning the pumpkin spice one right now. I'm also going to take my e.l.f. Professional Blending Eye Brush, and I'm going to pick up that same color. You got to tap these shadows off. They're nice, but they are a little bit powdery. And I'm just going to put that kind of on the inner corner to like highlight. And I'm going pretty subtle. Sometimes I like to do a really bold inner corner highlight, but this is for my nephew's birthday party. It's not going to be like, I don't know. It's a kid's birthday party, so I don't want to look like over made up, if you know what I mean. So just adding a nice subtle highlight. I don't know if you guys can see though, these shadows are very nicely pigmented. Like I said, they're a little bit powdery, but they really do apply nicely to the eye. I actually did a cool look the other day with this copper shade. And I got a lot of compliments on it, and my mom was like, oh my gosh, is that like, what are you using? And when I told her it was e.l.f., she was surprised. So it's definitely, I think, worth the $8 in my opinion, especially with the other products that you're getting. Okay, so next, they had them out last holiday, and I think they still have them. They're the little jeweled travel kit on e.l.f. On their website, and these are amazing. This is supposed to be the eyeshadow brush, but the shape of it, I don't know if you guys can see, this is great for blending in the crease. I love it. So I'm just going to pick up that kind of caramelly shade. shade right there and apply that all into my crease. And the mattes in this are not the flattest mattes per usual with e.l.f. But they have kind of a nice slight satin finish to them. And they're not super, super pigmented, but they're not bad. I like them. I think they're really good for beginners. If you're not, you know, you're not used to working with bold shadows. Sometimes bold shadows can be really intimidating, and sometimes you don't want a really crazy pigmented look. Like, especially if you're just, you know, for every day, you just want the shadows to give you a little bit of definition, but you don't want them to look like bam in your face kind of thing. So just putting that in the crease to kind of give a nice, this is a really beautiful transition color. It's very subtle. If you have darker skin than I do, this probably is not going to show up on you. I would consider myself light. I'm not like the palest person in the world, but I'm not super tan either. I kind of have like all of the undertones. So just kind of working that into the crease. And you can already see, like, it's definitely showing up. You can see some definition there on my eyeball. And then just to deepen it up just a little bit, I'm going to take the teensiest bit of this color and work that into the crease as well. And I'm going to keep this closer to, like, right in my crease, if that makes any sense. I'm not going to bring it up too high because I want this to just deepen up. It's just going to work to deepen up the actual crease of my eye. These shadows blend so easy. That's one thing I love about e.l.f. shadows is I feel like they blend really well, and I don't feel like they blend away. When you're blending out their eyeshadow, for being a cheaper shadow, sometimes when you're trying to blend the shadow, I feel like it wipes away the other color that you laid down previously, and then it's like, oh, you have to keep going back in and like repacking the color on. And I feel like e.l.f.'s shadows don't do that. The pigment actually does adhere to your eyelid. So you can see that just added the slightest bit more dimension to the eye look. I'm not going to go much, do much more than this because, like I said, I want to keep it really natural. Then I'm going to take just a clean shader brush and I'm going to pick up this like pearly white shade, and I'm going to use that as a brow bone highlight. And I've been loving this color, by the way, for a brow bone highlight. It's shimmery, and I know not everybody likes that. I love glitter. And it just, oh, like these shadows, look at that. It just blends on its own. It's so easy. I really like this palette. I think it's great for fall too. You get some like bright colors in here too, like if you want to add a pop of color. It's a very nice, warm, neutral palette. I highly recommend it if you guys are looking for a nice, warm palette. And hey, I mean, for $8, you're getting this plus the mascara, the liquid liner, and the base. So basically you have everything you need. You do have everything you need for an eye look minus the brushes. So, all right. Can see how that looks. I'm gonna take a little like smudger brush, and I'm gonna use that to take the same like color that we used in our crease, and I'm gonna smudge that just under the lash line just to add a little bit of dimension. I'm also going to take that darker shade that we used, and I'm going to smudge that just on the outer portion of my lash line. Just to add a little bit more dimension to the eye look. Very subtle, very simple eye look. This is something I would wear like for every day. It's really easy to achieve. I think that anybody could do this eye look. It's so simple, and this palette is really affordable, and the packaging on it is really cute. I like it. It's the typical e.l.f. packaging, so it's not super sturdy, but it's not bad. I don't know, should I wing out my liner? I'm kind of tempted to. I think I am going to. I'm going to use this waterproof eyeliner pen from e.l.f. And these are really nice. I do like them. They have a nice tip to them for winging out your liner, and I think they're great for beginner. I do find, though, however, that they dry out very, very quickly and kind of lose their pigment. So for $2, they're okay, but I think there are better liquid liners out there. In fact, I like the e.l.f. $1 liquid liners. They look like this. This one's navy. I love this one for fall because navy is very in for fall. It's a good fall color. Okay, so I'm going to use this, however, to do my eyes. And I'm sorry if I look down. My mirror is like right here below the camera. And this is something I'm not super confident at. But the way that I do this is I kind of lay the pen, starting from the bottom of my lash line, I just point it up. See if you can see this. Okay, do you see how I did that? I just did a little swipe right there at the corner, okay? And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, that way I can see if they're even or not. Alright, so I got my wings. Then I'm going to take the tip and draw it down to connect it right in the middle of my eye. Does that make sense? So starting at the tip, do you see what I did? I just drew it down, like slanting it in to connect it to the eye, and then I'm just going to color that in, like a coloring book. See how I did that? It makes it really, really simple. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side, then I'll tell you what we'll do. I'm always good at doing this eye, and then I always kind of fudge up this one, but I'll show you how I go ahead and fix that then. But now I'm just going to take the liner and start at the inner corner and connect the color out. When I'm doing this, I don't use the tip of the pen and color. I kind of lay it flat along the lash line. And what that does is it helps you to not, it keeps your hand a lot steadier, and then it kind of does the work for you to keep the line even so that you're not bumping it and getting like a wavy eyeliner effect. I mean, unless you like that look, I guess. But, so just kind of using the tip right at the innermost corner like this, and painting upward, and then just laying the pen on its side and connecting the two. Okay. Ta-da! Okay, that's kind of poopy right there. Fix that. Ba-bum. Ba-bum. See, this one's so much nicer. This one's poopy. That's okay. Okay, so we're going to fix this little line here, and I'm just going to use a Q-tip, and this is what I do. I open up my little makeup wipes. These are just Dollar General, and I'm just going to roll my Q-tip onto the top of one of the wipes, and what that does is it picks up just enough product that it's going to help to fix the wing without like taking off tons of makeup. So take that right along the edge. See how that did that? It just fixed it. So now it's pointing up. And I didn't take off any of my other makeup underneath. It just very steadily swiped it off. So I love doing that trick because if you would just dip a Q-tip in a bottle of makeup or eye makeup remover, you're going to take off everything and it might get a little bit too wet and messy. But if you just roll it on top of a makeup wipe, you're not wasting the makeup wipe, you're not getting it too saturated, and it just gives you just enough to fix that up. Okay, so I am going to take a different liner and smudge some underneath of my lash line because I feel like I need a little bit more definition there. I'm using one of the Milani Easy liners in Espresso. I got this at the Dollar Tree, but I'm pretty sure that you can still get these in the stores too if your Dollar Tree doesn't have it. I'm just gonna smudge this under the lash line, and the reason I'm using brown is because it's not as harsh. I don't always like to use black under my lash line because I feel like it can look, I don't know, I just feel like sometimes I look like I'm emo or something. Some people can pull it off. I just feel like for me and my skin tone, the like dark brown just looks better. Okay, so that's all I wanted to do is just kind of smudge it on the outer side, and I just use my finger to kind of like smudge it in a little bit just to deepen up that outer corner area. All right, we're gonna curl the lashes, and I'm just using my little e.l.f. $1 eyelash curler. If this makes you squeamish, look away. I know this is usually my least favorite part to watch when people are doing get ready with me or like tutorials, because some people like, they really get in there, man, and I'm just like, you're gonna rip your lashes out or poke out your eyeball or something. I'm gonna use this mascara. I don't know how it's gonna go. I'm not a huge fan of e.l.f.'s mascara, I'm gonna be honest, but let's see how this works. I'm starting at the root and wiggling upward. And the reason you want to start at the root and wiggle upward is because it's going to almost give you a tight lining effect, which is when you put product on the upper waterline. And I don't like to do that as much because it irritates my eyes, but if I use a mascara, I find if I use a mascara and really get at that root in there and then feather upward, it gives me the same subtle effect as if I were to tight line. So this mascara actually is giving me length. I'm not even joking. You may not be able to tell because of I have the really bold liner, but it is extending my lashes a bit. It's not giving me very much volume though. It's just giving me length. But I'll go ahead and do the other one or my other eye, and then I'll go back and do a second coat and see if it gives me any volume. Okay, so that's one coat on that. I don't think this does the best of jobs separating my lashes. It's not awful. I don't know. It's just kind of an mascara. Like, it's not, I don't think it's, what am I trying to say? Get the words out, Lauren. Okay. What I'm trying to say is that I don't feel that it's the actual product itself that is bad, like the mascara that's in here. The wand, though, is like your typical mascara wand. And I'm not a super huge fan of these wands because I don't feel like they really get in there and separate the lashes. I'm just putting a little bit on my baby lashes. And if you ever get mascara that gets down here, you can do the same thing, the same trick that I told you about with the eyeliner. You can use that same trick to get mascara off like either your eyelid or underneath of your eye, and it shouldn't, if you're very light and you dab really lightly, it shouldn't pull off the other makeup, which I really like. So I don't think this is an awful mascara. I'm actually more impressed than I thought I would be, because I've tried a lot of e.l.f. mascaras and I'm usually pretty underwhelmed, but this one isn't bad. And I think that if you don't have any mascara and you get this kit, you could definitely make this work. I don't know how it's going to wear throughout the day, but it feels like the texture of it, and my usual problem with e.l.f. mascaras is that they're very wet, and when I apply them, like 10 minutes later, I could go like this to my eyelashes and my finger comes off like smeared with the product, and it usually ends up transferring up on top of my eyelid. So this feels more of like, it's not super dry, but it's not really, really wet. It's a nice middle of the road texture or formulation, so I think it's actually pretty good. I'm going to apply some blush to my cheeks. I'm going to skip out on the bronzer today, just because I don't feel like wearing it, and I don't wear bronzer every day. I just don't always feel the need to wear it. I'm going to be using the Mellow Mauve. This is probably, yeah, it's not going to show up. I promise you, this is the Mellow Mauve blush from e.l.f., one of their studio blushes. This is kind of a funny story of how I got this blush. My friend Laura, she has really, really deep skin, beautiful tan skin, and I saw the picture of this blush online, and like I was doing some research. She needed a blush for fall, and I saw the picture of this blush, and they made it look almost like a berry, and so I was thinking, oh, this would be perfect for her for fall. And so we went, we picked it up, and even in the pan, like, it looks like it's going to be deeper than it is, and it doesn't even show up on her skin at all. Like, it's awful. So I ended up giving her my Wet n Wild Heather Silk blush, and that looks beautiful on her skin tone. So if you have really deep skin tone, you should definitely try out the Color Icon blushes by Wet n Wild, the one in Heather Silk. It's beautiful on her. So she gave this one to me because Heather Silk was just a little too bold on me. I could pull it off, but I just didn't reach for it much. And like this color, even on me, you guys, I'm really having to build it up to get the pigment that I like. And I like a bolder cheek. Blushes, I probably go overboard a little bit with my blush. But it does give a really nice finish. This is a really good neutral blush, I think. A little bit my forehead. I always bring my blush up into my temple area a little bit, because if you think about when you blush, like when you're flushed, it definitely shows up not just on your cheeks. So I put like a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, you know, just all over my face, make my whole face pink. I am going to highlight today, and I'm going to use the e.l.f. Baked Highlighter in Moonlight Pearls. Looks like this. I would show you the name, but you guys know it's not going to show up. Really beautiful highlighter. And the brush that I like to use for highlighting is actually the e.l.f. Blush Brush. And if you're wondering, the brush that I use to apply my blush is the e.l.f. Complexion Brush, which looks like this. I love that brush. I use it for so many different things. And this is the little e.l.f. Blush Brush. And this is perfect for setting your under eyes. It's perfect for highlighting. I feel like it just puts the right amount of highlighter onto my cheeks without going overboard. Because goodness knows, I love me some highlighter. And I can definitely go overboard. I like to get it on the tip of my nose, a little bit center of the forehead, Cupid's bow, and chin. Okay, now the lips, the star of the show. Okay, we are going to, I already moisturized, I used one of my US lip balms, and I'm going to be using a lip liner from NYX. These are waterproof, and they are awesome. They last a really, really long time, and I don't feel like they're going to slide off your lips at all. This is the shade Jewel, and that might show up. Okay, so just going to go ahead and line my lips with this and actually fill them in. when you're lining your lips, you want to make sure that you get this corner right here, so that when you smile or you're talking, especially if you're doing a bolder lip, that it's not like color here and then it looks, you know, your normal lip color up there. It looks kind of funny. So do you guys see what just happened? Oh my gosh. These are really creamy, so be careful. This does have a little bit of glitter in. I want to warn you, I don't feel it on my lips, but it does have a little bit of shimmer. It's kind of like a satin finish. So I always do my bottom lip first, and then kind of rub the two lips together, and what that does is it transfers a lot of the product to the upper lip, and then all I have to kind of do is outline it. Okay, so this is probably looking a little darker than it does in person, but the reason I think this is a wearable berry, it's more of a rose shade, but it has a really nice warm undertone, which is beautiful for fall, and it's not super obnoxious. So if you're somebody who's like really scared of that deep vampy berry, but you want something that's a little more wearable, this is also user-friendly because it's really easy to fill your lips in using a lip liner. You're not going to like get all over your mouth like you would with like a lipstick or something like that. And this won't move. It's gonna stay. So I know sometimes when you're using like a deeper lip, it's scary because when you go out, you're like, oh my gosh, if I eat or drink, am I gonna get it all over my face? This doesn't feel like it's gonna go anywhere, and it doesn't feel like you have anything on your lips, which is why I really like this. And I got this at Save Mart. I don't know if you guys have Save Marts near you, but I picked it up at Save Mart for $3. So I did look on NYX's website to see how much these are, and they're $4 on their website, which still isn't bad for a lip liner, but honestly, other than it breaking, the creaminess and the consistency of this is really, really nice. And I'm just going to top it off with a gloss because this is a little bit too matte for me. It does have a slight shimmer to it, but like I said, I don't feel grittiness or anything on my lips. But I'm going to use one of the new CoverGirl glosses, you guys, and I am so excited. I love these glosses. They are awesome. These are the Colorlicious lip glosses. I have this really pretty hot pink one, which is in the shade Whipped Berry. It's color 700 in Whipped Berry. My favorite one is in the shade 620 Candylicious, and it's almost like a lip transformer because it's duochrome. So pretty. And then I also love this one, which is the one we're going to be wearing, and it's in the shade Craving Cranberries. These claim to be super, super pigmented. I don't find them to be the most pigmented gloss that I've ever used. I think that the Maybelline ones and the Revlon ones are a lot more pigmented, but I do love these, and I think that they're unique because a lot of them have, like I said, almost like a duochrome to them. So when you put them on, they really make your lips just pop without having too much color. And you guys will see when I put this on, it has like a gold cranberry shimmer to it. It's beautiful, and they're not sticky, they don't feel goopy on your lips. They go on really beautiful and thin. They're super easy to apply, and I like that they're not super opaque because I feel like they're a great, almost a better topper for any type of lipstick because it's going to take the lip color that you're wearing and like just enhance it rather than covering it up, if that makes any sense. So and also I think they're beautiful for the holidays because a lot of them do have a slight shimmer to them, and especially the shimmery ones are my favorite because like these two colors are my go-to fall colors right now. Because the shimmer just looks festive in my opinion. So you guys will see. I'm going to apply it now for you. This is what the little wand looks like. It's just a nice typical doe foot applicator, and it has a really yummy vanilla scent. You see what I'm talking about? Just like, my lips look so shiny and luscious. I love it. Okay, so one thing I want to mention, and why I'm saying this pair is so wearable, is that when you apply this, a lot of people like to use a lip liner, then a lipstick, and then their lip gloss. And I think sometimes that can almost cake up on your lips too much. And the reason this combo is so wearable is because when you apply this lip liner, you really don't need to take this with you when you go out because it's going to stay. So the only thing you need to bring with you is your lip gloss and your mirror, and toss that and your powder and your lip gloss in your purse, and you're good to go. So I just feel like it's a lot easier and fuss-free. But yeah, this is my wearable look for fall. I hope you guys like it. I'm going to go ahead and do my hair and finish getting ready for the party. But just remember to enjoy yourself this fall. Don't stress over the little stuff. That's something I've been definitely dealing with lately, is letting little things get to me. And my grandma always says, don't sweat the small stuff because it's not worth it. And I know that's kind of like everyone says that, but it's so true, because when you let little things get you down, it just takes away from your life. So sorry I'm getting all deep on you, but I've just had a lot on my mind lately, and I wanted to share that with you guys. But yeah, don't forget to click thumbs up if you like this video. If you'd like to see a review on these new CoverGirl glosses, let me know. I'd be happy to do one. I kind of told you my thoughts already, but if you want to see swatches or whatnot, what have you, let me know. I could try to pick up some more shades. I only have 3, but I'd be happy to swatch the 3 that I have for you. If you want a more in-depth review on any of the products that I used, just go ahead and let me know down below. Ask me questions, guys. Give me requests. I want to do videos for you, and I really need your help knowing what you guys want to see. If you want to see more Dollar Tree hauls, if you want to see Dollar Tree reviews, if you want to see makeup tutorials like this, get ready with me's, just let me know what you want to see. So yeah, I love you guys. Remember that you are loved, you are beautiful, you are special, you are unique, and no one can tell you any different. And have a great day. I love you guys. Bye. On my eyeball, bam, in your face kind of thing.